I have a couple of guests who are joining me off the beginning of this hour. We've got 6 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we're at 51. And I thank you for joining us this morning in hour number two of Top Story. First of all, I'd like to welcome Christy Featherston as well as Whitney Christian. Christy and then Christian is your last name, so we got to make sure we get that squared away. Probably will confuse me during the course of this segment. Um, Not that much does, other than trying to tie my shoes to start the day. But we're talking about something called Folds of Honor. And right off the top, maybe you can tell people a little bit about what that is.
Sure. Bill, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be here today and share what it is that we're doing. Folds of Honor is a foundation that provides scholarships to spouses and children of our fallen and disabled servicemen and women. We met Major Dan Rooney about a year and a half ago. He is the one who founded Folds of Honor back in 2007. He had spent two tours in Afghanistan, and he was on his way home and he was on a flight, and he noticed that there was a soldier sitting in first class. And as they began to land, there was the captain came on and said we had a hero on board. Well, uh, Major Dan thought of the guy in first class and thought, well, what has he, what has he done? Then he realized that it was his twin brother that he was actually bringing home, who had done the ultimate sacrifice. And he said, as he watched the casket come off the plane and he watched the child at the end of that ramp, he knew that he had a mission. And that mission was to go out and to get support for those children and those wives who are left behind, who their loved one has paid the ultimate sacrifice.
I can remember in early 1991 when the first Gulf War was starting, and one of my duties was to go down to the federal building. I was just a street reporter at the time, and I was to interview some people who were demonstrating there. But there was a woman who was standing off to the side who, was well dressed, like she was on her way to an office. And I struck up a conversation, and she said, "My husband had been lost in Vietnam," and she said, "and my son is currently going to be fighting in this war." She said, "My only objection is," she said, "we forget the families many
Mhm.
times when all of this is done. And so what we're trying to do is build a support network beyond maybe any benefit package you get from the government on a monthly basis."
Sure, absolutely. So, what home heating and air conditioning is doing is we're part of a national organization of independent contractors. And about 3 weeks ago, we were at a national convention where we were receiving a national honor, and they put forth a Stand to Honor campaign with Folds of Honor. So, each one of us decided to join, and if we just raise $5,000 per company, we're going to raise $1 million in 32 days. So that was our part of the campaign. That's where we're at. We To date we have raised $2,728. So that means we still need $2,272. We have to May 5th to get this done. So that's kind of what our campaign is. You guys have been so awesome in helping us get the message out there on all of your websites and that kind of stuff. So,
I know how difficult it is to try and fundraise. I did it
yes.
for a politician at one time in the past, and my church is trying to, has a building fund, and it's a very slow process. But a couple of $1,000s isn't a lot. And is there a specific way people can help out? Anything that they can do at the moment if they're hearing this? Can they? Where would they send a check, or where can they come and drop a check off? How does that work?
Actually, the best way to do it is you just go to you can go to Facebook or you can go to our website, gohomeheating.com. There is a banner that says We Stand with Folds of Honor. If you click on it, it will take you directly down to a donate. You can donate any amount. I was thinking this morning, even if just 20 business owners, any other like contractor out there, any of our heating, air conditioning companies that are in town, any plumbers, electricians, roofers, um, any contractor, if you want to jump on and join with us to make this happen, I would so appreciate your help. But the donate button is right there. All you do is click on it. All the money goes directly to Folds. We don't have to do any of that. It's all just set up there. Also, what's really cool is on our Facebook page, If you go there, you can watch our progress. We actually have a running scrolling thing at all times that tells us where our total is, who's actually donated. So kind of at our shop, it's on the big screen. It's kind of like we've got this telethon going on at all times, and we're we're kind of excited about it. So, um, if you donate, just know we're going to see it, and we're watching that, and just like I said, any amount of money would help us in that goal.
We were want to mention we're about 12 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we're at 50 right now. Our guests during this segment are Whitney Christian and Christy Featherston, and they're talking with us about Folds of Honor. Bill Colley with you as well on News Radio 1310 KLIX and newsradio1310.com. I would think that people, if they just wanted to come in and because they may have children, you said any amount. Sometimes children just have their piggy banks and the
Sure.
like and might want to get involved. If they wanted to come by to the shop, where would they go? Where are you located?
We are sorry, we are located on Main Street in Kimberly, 326 Main Street North. Yeah, if they want to come in there and donate, we'll make that donation on their behalf. We'll make it happen for them, and so yeah, just that would work.
And it's not hard to get lost in Kimberly, right?
No,
No, no,
it's
they can
not.
find the shop pretty easily.
Yeah, we're right there. You can't miss us. You can't miss the yellow trucks, yellow signs. We're bright and you can't miss it.
You
We'd
mentioned,
love to see
yeah,
you.
that you mentioned Rooney and his involvement in this. I remember watching the movie Taking Chance with what was it? Oh, I forgot the actor now who was in the movie playing the colonel who ends up escorting one of these fallen home. And as I understand, it's based on a true story. And it struck me how um, the movie shows how the reaction on the plane is of the fellow Americans is very, very strong. But then when he gets to the actual uh, location, the base at the airport, he's got to meet the family. And it strikes you that the family comes in and they're all alone. They're all
Yeah.
alone as they sit down with him. And you have a funeral and then you go home and then there's that it's over with. And I guess the question is, what do we need to do in order to provide that support? What is it that they're looking for directly to give to these people?
Well, last year all about scholarships. It's a way to, if it's the wife, so that they can go back to school and maybe get an education so that they can provide for their family, or for the children, so that
Hmm.
you know it, that might be the only scholarship that they actually get. Last year, they provided 2,877 educational scholarships. They have they've given out scholarships in all 50 states, including Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So um, they're just there to help those families who are left behind with education.
We're talking. I'm going to guess because the war has lasted 15 years or more now. That since those numbers grow and grow and grow because of this, and we had one of our special ops man was killed a couple of weeks ago in Afghanistan.
Mhm.
So that need isn't going away anytime soon.
No, it's not going away. It will always be there. I think that sometimes we forget the sacrifice that the families make. It's pretty close and dear to my heart. My middle daughter, her husband is an officer in the Navy. They are stationed in Jacksonville, Florida at Mayport. He serves on the USS New York. And until you are exposed to what the families go through, I really had no idea. I had no idea. But, when he's out to sea and she's home alone with my two grandsons, it's hard on her. And just, I can't even imagine, and God forbid that that would ever come to that he had to pay the ultimate sacrifice. But I think sometimes we just forget about the families.
And even if in a perfect world this all came to an end today and nobody died in a war from here on out, you're talking still young children who uh, 15, 20 years from now, we're still talking about having to raise them. And as you mentioned, scholarships. So that need would, if we had peace breakout, that need would continue at least for a couple of more decades.
Yes, it absolutely would. Our $5,000 that we raise will go to one specific wife or child, or so it's kind of exciting to know that we are providing something for somebody. So, literally, anything that anybody can do would be so appreciated. Again, go to our website, gohomeheating.com. There's that banner. It's easy to find. Click on it and donate. Um, I just it would just be so helpful.
Have you heard from any other organizations that are willing to chime in and help out, to pitch in and give you a bit of an assist in this?
Not at this point, but we are all ears. Anybody who wants to help us pick up and they can start their own campaign, or they can just join with ours and make it happen. So yeah.
We have obviously families in our own area. I went to a dedication of a memorial in Jerome last fall and saw Dan Brown's little girls playing on the monument of their dad, who they never knew or
Hmm.
won't remember. And I just wonder at times, uh, how much of this can we keep locally too as well? Not that I want to, I don't, if somebody lost someone in California or Oregon, I don't want to say no, but does some of this, could it stay local as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would just reach out to Captain Rooney, our Major Rooney, and I would just say, hey, this is where we want it to go, and I'm sure he would be able to help us with that. So yeah,
And so there could be a decision made that if there's somebody locally that we know of specifically, we could target these people too.
sure. Oh gosh, wouldn't that not be like, oh, that just makes me excited to know that we could do something like that. So yeah, give us a call. Let us know if there's a need like that out there.
And I think I read not long ago where per capita, Idaho is among the top two states. I think Texas is the other, of the number of people who actually serve as a proportion of the population because of that. And when I saw that monument dedicated that day, and
Hmm.
these are all people who've lost their lives since September 11th, 16
Yeah,
years ago, I'm stunned by how long that list of just folks from Idaho are on there. So we're talking dozens of families just in since the beginning of this century.
yeah, no, absolutely. Um, They say that 1% suit up every single day to go out there and to protect the rights that we have as Americans for the other 99. So, what more can the 99 of us do for that 1% that absolutely goes out there every day to protect our freedoms? So, gosh, just help us, join with us. Let's make this happen. I, I can't urge you enough. I mean, and it doesn't have to be a big amount. Small amounts will help.
100 people bringing in small amounts can add up really
Yes,
fast.
it can. Yes,
Yeah,
it can.
that's like, we want to point out very quickly, we've got about 30 seconds to go. One more time on how they can go about doing this if they go online.
Sure. Go to our website, gohomeheating.com. There is a banner there that says Stand with Us for Folds of Honor. You just click on it. The actual donate page comes up. It goes directly to Folds. And then, like I said, we can see our progress right there live online. You can put who it's dedicated to. You can put your own name on there.
And again, if they want to drop by the shop,
Yep, we're at 326 Main Street North in Kimberly.
I want to thank you both for coming by today.
Oh, Bill, thank
And
you.
we didn't give Whitney a lot of opportunity to talk. You
That's
may have
okay.
to come back at some point.
Sure, absolutely. We would love to.
When you meet the goal, we'll have you back. And
Oh, we would love to do that. Absolutely.
all right, want to thank them for coming in this morning. Short break, 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's 51. Bill Colley with you on Top Story. Couple of things I want to mention about prayer in schools coming up in just a few minutes on KLIX.